Miike sheds more light on Mystique coming to the game. Kabam respond to legendary crystal and market backlash. And watch out for a scam on Instagram. Yes, hello everybody and welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. And in the Wednesday edition of Marvel Contest of Champions news, we've got responses from Kabam on a lot of different stories. But first, please consider hitting the like button, putting a comment down below about some of the subjects that we're going to be talking about today. And as well, a massive thank you to my YouTube members, Patrons and Twitch subs. If you do have an Amazon Prime account, I want to give a free sub to a Twitch streamer. It doesn't have to be me, but it is really helpful to the channel if you could do that. Links of how to do that in the description down below. Thank you. And without further ado, let's get into the news. The news today kicks off very importantly with a reminder. Do not give specific information to your account details. In particular, this Instagram account right here. Thanks to Kiana for sending this through, and basically said that this particular person, this particular account, even though it says about tagging in people and getting information, it goes further to then ask you for things like your passwords, your Google accounts, your Apple iCloud, you know, those kind of things that, look, if you give those details, that person, that account is going to steal your account and obviously then could then sell it on eBay or other things. We know how the scam works with these kind of situations. So if you see this account, then it's not always best to trust it. And as well, it's a bit suspect as well. And the account is following like fake booty models, weird young women and other things as well. It just isn't cool. And I think definitely because this person isn't part of the MCOC community, there's definitely not a decent cover if it's actually being legit. And to be honest, I don't even think Kabam asked for you to submit your account details when it comes to things like tickets and other things as well. So I would say that you should never be giving out your email address or password associated with your game. Next up, and the black ISO market is dividing opinions. Obviously, this all starts with a post that was put up just after the legendary crystal was implemented into the game. In any case, with all the backlash, Kabam actually responded saying, "We appreciate constructive feedback you can offer. Simply saying, thanks, I hate it. Doesn't really tell us what your full thoughts are. Thanks in advance for clarifying." This whole situation for me is a bit of a rock and a hard place, and I'll explain that a little bit further. So as we know, 80% chance to get a 4-star, 20% chance to get a 5-star. Yes, we don't have to buy it. That's really, I think, what the stance is from Kabam. But is it something that necessarily we'd have asked to be put in? No. The Summoner Sigil is a paid service once a month, and you kind of think you'd have some of a kind of invested view into what actually goes in, with actually polls going out to the community. I didn't get one, but I know several other people in the community did, about items that would be best suited to be in the Summoner Sigil and the Black ISO market. So the fact is, I just wonder why something like this hasn't been polled amongst the community. It is something that is a new service, which is essentially like a pass, like a raiding pass, a battle pass, a thing like that. The fact is, it's just nice to kind of see, you know, that there's some nice things on offer, and at the same time, did the community have a way of kind of like, you know, voting for stuff? That would have been nice, but that is not the case. Now with the legendary crystal, we've also got the change of the refresh of the timer of days. Now this may benefit some but not others. For some, they might kind of go, look, you know, I won't be able to get in 7 days the extent of items to then go, right, I can convert them. And to others, they'll find this very easy. I found this easy as a Cavalier player, and obviously the progression that I've done and the years that I've been playing. But that's not the same as somebody that's just become Cavalier or just become uncollected. Are you able to get yourself like a load of 4-star shards and 5-star shards very easily? Do you extensively grind the game? You know, those will be the limitations, and maybe a case that the Summoner Sigil may not be something you actually want to continue, especially based on these changes. But for others, they may see a lot more value based on their progression and how much they actually play the game on a daily, weekly and monthly basis. Now, I spent a good chunk of time reading through a lot of people's thoughts on this particular subject, and there is obviously a difference of opinion on this, so it's not easy to kind of pinpoint what it is. But I would say it's going to be tailored to you. Some people will go, as YT says, going for just 4 stars as opposed to going for the 5-star chance with the legendary crystal in the need to get ISO. And then there'll be the other side of things of going like, right, well, that's fine for if you're at the top, you're Cavalier, you're getting 4-star shards a lot more easily. But when it comes to lower levels, you will probably go, look, I'll just leave the legendary crystal. And it does go back to that thing that Kabam was saying. If you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. And again, just to repeat myself of what I said on Friday, and also what I'm saying in this video, is that I understand the legendary crystal is in because it's something to buy, but it would have been nice for the community to vote for something. If Kabam wanted to get more people buying the Summoner Sigil, then you just go, look, what do you want to see in a Summoner Sigil? I want to see this. Oh, now I'm interested. The developer's listening to me, and I'm actually gonna buy into this once a month. Also, you can undermine the fact that Kabam did actually poll out for Summoner Sigils users to say, like, look, you know, are you happy with the service? What would you like to see added? And people did somewhat vote for it, but I can't imagine everybody said, look, I want to see a legendary crystal into there. And if you did, then obviously let me know, because from what I gather, not many people actually asked for that thing to be added into it. But look, at the end of the day, whatever you decide to do, whether you buy it or whether you don't, it's a very difference of opinion where the community lies on this particular subject. And now in other news, and it looks like people have re-sparked the need, the want and the desire for a 1-star Colossus to be buffed, largely in line with the way that the others are. So as you can see in this post here, now it's the time to buff Colossus. And obviously talking about the 1-star version. As a lot of you know, the 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star and 6-star versions of Colossus were changed, but the 1-star was left unchanged because it was a case Kabam felt that the kit for the champion was too overwhelming from the first part of the champion actually going into the game, and it needed to kind of just go like, look, he's going to be too powerful for variant 4, which is probably the thing that was not going to be said. And this was rebuffed by Kabam Porthos, who says, hey guys, we've already stated here, there is a link, that we won't be updating the 1-star version of Colossus. Yeah, I don't know what to really think about it. I kind of feel that the champion hasn't been changed because it would make variant 4 way too easy. But yeah, what's everyone's thoughts on this? Put it in the comment section down below. Do you think that it would be very overwhelming if you were a new player to the game, or do you think that Kabam did it because the fact that it would be too powerful for variant 4? Thoughts down below. Next up, and let's talk about this. So yesterday, a little forum post started blowing up, which was called Mystique's Character Discussion. It's got 3 discreets, which I really have no idea why, because it's all about discussing things like this potential character that could be put into the game. And if you follow my videos, and if a lot of people follow the other MCC YouTubers, you know that the potential for this champion is very difficult, the same way with Scrolls would be. So I'm a bit confused as to why people would not like to discuss a new champion in the future. And many people got their creative hats on, but one thing that was really good was this actually got a little bit of traction, so much so that it got responded to by Kabam Miike, who says, Mystique may be the most requested champion out there, but we haven't found a way to implement her that does justice with the technical limitations of mobile devices. For instance, allowing her to transform into different champions is very difficult and could cause issues on many older and lower end devices. Loading up character models is no easy feat for some mobile devices, and the more your device is asked to load, the worse that strain is. Adding Ghost Rider's motorcycle was one of the most impressive things that our team had done at the time. We also hear that she could copy buff/abilities of the other champions, but that isn't very true to the source material. While we do have the ability to take some creative liberties here, that one personally doesn't seem right to me. Besides, Rogue already does that in a mutant class. Now this is amazing news and also disappointing news. I'm not disappointed in Kabam over this one because they do endeavour to make sure that the animations, the character designs are better each and every time. And look, they make mistakes, as they will admit to, but there are times that they have to make sure that things are right for people's devices, because at the end of the day, people complain month in, month out about the way the game interacts with older devices. And again, you shouldn't be forced to buy something new just to make sure the game runs as smoothly as possible. It's not really fair, but at the same time, that's the thing with mobile gaming. As Kabam want to do these more advanced things, they have to say, right, well, this is going to be an end user device if we want to make better stuff ongoing. But obviously, it's incredibly exciting news to know that Kabam are developing some sort of ideas. And whether or not we're able to have some shapeshift to change into a specific type of champion, I think that it's good at least that they're trying things out and trialing it to make sure that it is a possibility. And maybe one day in the next 5 years, we'll actually see a Mystique in game. And maybe it's a case that kind of throws out a lot of my puzzle suggestions, especially with this champion having an idea that they could actually go in. So maybe it's a case they are working on it, or maybe it's a case that they're not working on it. Either way, I must say, like, shout out to Kabam Miike for actually communicating that factor. And if Kabam had more of these kind of interactions like this, talking about the pitfalls, the pluses, the minuses of getting new champions in, I'd actually find that quite an interesting type of like read, also interaction. So well done on that interaction there. Now on to our final story, which is arena predictions. As you all know, if you click the time code, that the arena predictions are down here at the moment. Gambit's a bit of an odd one because I don't know where people lie on getting these very average type of 5-star champions from the featured. I kind of feel that this could go for about 24 mil. But look, let's face it, it could go 26 up to 30 mil, depending how people are desperate to get an extra 5-star. And like for myself, I just kind of go like, look, it should be a case like 22 to 24 mil being the safe bet for this champion, but you know, you never know. Also, if you're looking to get yourself some 6-star shards and 5-star shards, kind of recommend to do about 13 maybe to 14 mil in order to pick up that particular cutoff. I think the rank has kind of gone up a lot higher, with someone even saying that 15 mil for the featured and getting that little under bracket of the 10%, I think it was, or 1 to 10%. That's it, 1 to 10%. The basic Warlock, I think that's got to go for about 2.4 mil, which I think is a fair representation of that champion. But do be prepared that that could be 2.6 on the weekend, but we'll have to see when the results come in. And then finally, with a 4-star version of this, I'm going with 5.8 mil. A little bit more than normal, but I just feel that with the kind of like shift at the moment with people grinding, can be a case like this may even go for like 5.5 mil. When it comes to the results, but it just depends on how much people are grinding out for this one. Either way, I don't think you're going to see some high scores, but we'll see what happens on Sunday with the results. And there we have it. That has been the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday the 19th of February 2020. Check out some other content up here. Check out some supporting links here. Supporting links, whatever that is. And I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta! Bye-bye.